Test. What's happening, family? Dr. Joe here. And I hope each of you are well and blessed. I'm on and we're live. I'm on in the reset group, and now I am just about on in the 40-day turn up group. Bam! What's happening, family? Dr. Joe here. Hope everybody is well and blessed. Gang, it feels like we haven't talked in months. And Sundays, as my grandmother used to say. I'm glad to see everybody's face in the place. How are y'all living? How you doing? Let me know in the comment section below. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. We're live. We're live. Come on in. Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody's face up in the place. Good evening. Happy Friday. So good to see you, Tanya and Nikki. All right. Good to see everybody. Good to see everyone. Janet, Sagana, Brittany. Even better to see you, Miss Jeanette. Let me be certain I'm on in the right group. You guys just hold on one second. All right. Good to see everybody. Champion Weaver, good to see you. Charmaine, Macaulay, Desiree, Carolyn, good to see everybody. We're going to get started promptly at 5 p.m. So glad to see everybody's face up in the place. Jeanette says, I still hear your voice, button gut, when tempted to eat out of character. I rise, not going back. So, oh, boy. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Francis, Tequila, good evening, everyone. Hopefully you all are hearing me crystal clear. I think you are. There we go. Vernetta, Barbara, Francis. Good to see everybody. Carolyn, Shani, Super Coach Mona. So glad to see everybody. GL, good to see you. Jeanette. Oh, yeah. Super Ambassador and Hall of Famer Candace Mims. Good to see everybody. Good to see everyone. It's time to go to the barbershop. Getting rough. Freddie Shelby Waters, Nina Bolton, Alicia Frank, good to see you. Kayla King, good to see you, Miss Kayla. We're going to get started promptly in about 6 minutes. We get into the nitty and the gritty. Gang, I miss seeing you guys. We had a fantastic weekend last week. It was absolutely incredible. It was incredible. I'm still on cloud nine. Super Coach Kimberly Bell Bundy, Sandy Nellum, good to see you. CC, Sharon Griffin, good to see everybody. Tranquil Escape Marine, Armand McDuffie, good to see you. Wanda, Sandy, Barbara, let's keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are having our digital graduation. Keep in mind, we still turning up. You don't want to miss that. All you need for that is Wi-Fi. You'll be able to watch it on our Journey Life TV YouTube channel. Yes. The conference is turning out beautifully. Tomorrow, all you guys are going to get an update about that. We've been sending push notifications to you. If by chance you know you've registered and you have not gotten any information, check your spam folder from an email, info@theblackhealthinitiative.com. It could be in your spam folders, but we're right on schedule. If you all remember, we said that 1 week would be the turnaround, which is tomorrow. So tomorrow we're going to have the update for you in terms of exactly when you'll be able to see it. Actually, I was watching it today. They're compiling it, and the footage looks absolutely incredible. The footage looks so incredible, and it's so much great information that it's a shame that everybody can't see it. That's how great it is. Yes, yes. Yeah, listen, when you guys see the footage, when you see how amazing the speakers were, everything that happened, y'all are going to see it. Everything. It's absolutely incredible. Incredible. We the introductory section session that I did is on there. We had a roundtable discussion. I had the kidney specialist, lipidologist, cardiologist, herbalist, and chiropractor and child family nutritionist. We all had a panel. That's on there. All the breakout sessions are on there. Okay. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. You guys are going to absolutely love it. And keep in mind, everybody who was there in person, you guys are going to get it as well. You know, I'll tell you this. One of the doctors who was there, Dr. McConnell, the kidney specialist, he told me that it took him an hour to get from the conference, like inside the church, to his car. He said he felt like a rock star. He said that y'all made him feel like he was a celebrity. And he was dead serious. Okay. Dead serious. So, I mean, I just felt great to have, gang, it was a big risk. I mean, literally that came around this summer, but like when you see it, it's like, it's like, this is the real deal. Like real talk, you could take this and put it on any network in terms of the quality of how it was filmed, how it was captured, the presentation, as well as the experts who were talking. That's how elevated it is. So when you all get it, I know unequivocally that you're going to enjoy it. Can you still register for the virtual conference? At this time, no, ma'am, you cannot. We're working on a way to try to make it available as we move forward, Miss Patricia. I just don't have that information now. So right now, the only people who are going to be exposed to it are those who actually registered for the conference, either in person or virtual. So keep that in mind. You guys are going to be happy. Yes, yes, yes. Well, gang, it is 5 o'clock on the dot. I'm going to try to get everybody off. This presentation should be about an hour. If it's a little bit over, we'll see. If you guys are ready to rock and roll, let me know in the comment section. I want to shout everybody out. My amazing team who's done a great job. All of my coaches, upper leadership in 40-day turn up. I want to shout out all of my admin, reset admin, Angie Bingham, my champions, my upper leadership. I got a wonderful opportunity to meet you guys and take pictures with many of you. That was like the best part. So I was happy to have been able to do that. That was pretty cool. Now, State of the Village address. Salute to Tony, Latanya, Mona, Campbell. Good to see everybody. The State of the Village address tonight or this evening, I'm going to be addressing a lot of different things. There's no particular order, but the State of the Village address is designed for us to have a kind of a family conversation. I'm going to be dealing with a lot of things as it relates to the village, next steps, what to look forward to, some sensitive things. I'm going to be dealing with a lot of things. All right. It's in no particular order. So let's just kind of be in flow and go from there. So if y'all are ready to rock and roll, I am ready to rock and roll. All right. The first thing I want to talk about, graduation, is going to be Monday, November the 24th at 6 p.m. It's going to be one graduation. It's going to combine both the 40-day turn up and reset. You'll be able to watch it from the comfort of your own home. If you're traveling, it doesn't matter where you are. It'll be live on Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Journey Life TV YouTube channel. Okay? It's not going to be in Kajabi. It's not going to be in the Facebook group. It's going to be on Journey Life TV YouTube. Are we clear on that? Let me know in the comment section. Everybody clear? Okay. All right. Now, I want to talk about the next session. All right, I want to talk about the next session. We will be having another session. We're going to have a 40-day turn-up session at the top of the year and a reset session at the top of the year that will happen in tandem. It'll be just like what we're going through now. So just like how we had a session to where we've got 40-day turn-up and we've got reset, we're going to do it again. Now, let's talk about reset. Heretofore, anybody who came through the process in 2024 as it relates to reset, if they graduated from the 40-day turn-up or journey in 2024, they were prohibited to be in reset. So now individuals that came through the process as early or as late as 2024 can and will qualify to come through reset in 2026. These are individuals who've come through the 40-day turn-up and or the journey. The caveat is your last graduation has to be prior to 2025. Is that clear about reset? All right. Now, let's talk about 40-day turn-up. The 40-day turn-up, we will have another session. All of you all who are graduating from the 40-day turn-up are going to be what we call sponsors. A sponsor is going to be an individual, be a male, be it a female, as long as you are graduating, meaning that you successfully completed what you needed to complete. Doesn't mean it doesn't mean you had to be at the in-person graduation. Doesn't mean that you have to be watching the graduation. If you are successful in completing the process, you, sir, you, ma'am, are a sponsor. You are going to be able to invite 2 individuals to the process, okay? We're going to give you a specialized link that's going to go to each of you, and you're going to be able to invite individuals that you think need to be a part of the process. You need to be vetting these individuals because you do not want to invite somebody who is going to come to our village and do anything else but give their best. It has nothing to do with education. It has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with finances. It has nothing to do with accomplishments. It's about the individual. Who needs it? Who has the mindset? Who's hungry for it? It doesn't matter if your mama, your daddy, your cousin, uncle, buddy, big mama, buddy, or the baby. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's a coworker, if somebody's at your church, a friend. You want to look for somebody who's not only needs the process, but who is ready for the process here and here. I don't care nothing about status, money, education. You can't pick them based upon that. Okay? Make me sit. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Okay? So you're going to have to be vetting these people. You want people who can come to the process, who can absorb everything that you know our village has to offer. So on Monday, my administrator is going to come to the group and going to share with you all how you can get that information to your friends, family members. What we're going to do is we're going to block off about 7 to 10 days, and we're going to save all of the seats so your family members, your friends, the people that you invite get the opportunity to register first. Once that time that my administrator is going to be clear when the posts are made in the group, once that time is up, so if it's 7 days, if it's 10 days, however many days it is, we're going to hold the seats. So nobody is going to be able to register for the exception of people you invite first. We're going to hold it. Think about a reservation at a restaurant. But once that time elapses and you choose not to invite anybody, whatever the remaining seats are, we'll have it for open registration because there are a lot of people don't have sponsors. Make sense? You follow me? All right. So my administrator is going to make that update on Monday morning. It'll be sometime during the day on Monday to where you'll get instructions. Okay. Let's keep that in mind. All right. Now, the next thing I want to get into is, why did I cancel the State of the Village address initially? Okay. There's a lot of swirling things that have happened in comment sections. There's a lot of chatter. And I want to take some time to tell you all from the horse's mouth why I canceled the State of the Village address. First of all, I thought I was clear in when I told you why I canceled it. I canceled the State of the Village address, ladies and gentlemen, because everything I was going to talk about in there, outside of what I just talked about in terms of next session, in terms of reset, in terms of graduation, outside of things that were fixed like that, the whole plan, the vision that I was going to share with you all, we could not do it based upon our inability to hit our financial goals. I'm not getting into that because a lot of you all, not most of you, some people twisted my words to make it something like it was about the money. Yes, it was about the money that we didn't hit the goal, but it wasn't like I was trying to make people feel bad or anything. I've been doing this too long for that. If you are in your house and you have a certain, and you earn a certain amount of money, and let's say, for instance, you make $100,000 a year, or $50,000 a year, or $20,000 a year, or $500,000 a year, whatever you make. And let's say, for instance, you're about to go into 2026 and you're expecting to make that amount of money or close to it, and you don't. And you're 30, 40% off. Under that, some big adjustments have to be made. So I canceled the State of the Village because I had to come back to the drawing table and say, okay, we didn't raise this, we raised that. Now what? Okay. Had I gone through with the village address, I would be wasting your time, because everything I said I wanted was going to do, we can't. I'm not tripping. I'm a man. You pivot. Stuff happens. So I want you all to understand that that is the reason why it was canceled. Most of you got it. A lot of you didn't get it. Some of y'all just, I don't know, what happened. Now, what is it specifically that I had planned to do that we can't do? Okay. I had something called Project Expansion 2026. We were going to identify 4 satellite campuses throughout the United States. It was going to be one in the Northeast. It was going to be one in the Midwest. It was going to be one on the West Coast. And it was going to be something either in Texas or Florida. It was going to be 4 different churches that were going to be satellite campuses. The objective was to get all 4 of those churches who wanted to take their church through the 40-day turn up with us. Okay. Now, keep in mind, this model has already been refined, because the good folks over at Antioch Strong, when we did this 5 years ago, laid out, because we've already done this in a church. We took the leaders of the Antioch church, and they were the leaders of the groups. Y'all already know, it already hit. Some of y'all already see where I'm going. All right, stay with me. So what we were going to do is we were going to get 4 satellite campuses throughout the country to merge with us. So they would be tuning in and get everything that everybody else gets, all the medical documents, all the documents about what to do with your doctor, the recipes, how to do this, the orientation, the classes, the master classes, the pre-work. But their leaders were going to be the leaders of respective groups. Now, what we were going to do is we were going to have groups of leaders assigned to all of those different satellite campuses. Are y'all following me? we were going to send teams to all of those different campuses to oversee those ministries, to ensure that they were trained, to ensure that they had the information, to ensure that they knew everything that they needed to know to maximize the efficacy of the process. You follow me? $25,000 per campus was going to be put in reserve in order to make what I just told you happen. 25K times 4 is what? 100,000. Not being able to hit the goal by more than 6 figures, okay? Or $100,000 off from where we were last time, can't do it. That's what I had planned to tell y'all in the first one. Can't do it now. I'm not crying. I'm not complaining. Am I disappointed? Yes, because y'all in the comment section see that. Because what that was going to do, it was going to double how we connected with people. And it was going to do something that's even more important to me, come through the church. Do you understand me? We would have been poised to have been working with 20,000 people in 2026 with that model that I just told you. Now, peep game. Rashida Wong says, I wanted to ask Dr. Joe to add the Mossad into this also. Is that of the Islamic faith? And if so, salute my Islamic brothers and sisters. I love my Islamic brothers and sisters. I have had a lot of people who were from the Nation of Islam. I've had a lot of people who were Orthodox. They're great people, and they will cut you about Dr. Joe. Salute to all my brothers and sisters. Back to what I was saying. And let me tell you something about my Muslim brothers and sisters. I want to sit down with some of you all because I know that you all have a lot of fasting days and seasons throughout times when we have sessions. I would love to sit down with you all, learn about how we can take the process and make it best fit our Islamic brothers and sisters. And anybody got a problem with that? I don't care. Now, the 4 satellite campuses who are going to feed into, so think about us going through the 40-day turn. We got 3,000 people. We got Reset. And then we got another 3,000 to 4,000 people come through. So it's 10,000 people coming through. Okay? It's 10,000 people. At the end of the process, every single campus would have the opportunity to sow seeds at the same rate that I asked y'all. And at the end of the process, we were going to take out of 100% of the proceeds that were raised at each campus, 15% was going to go back to the church and 10% was going to go back to the pastor, meaning that 25% of everything that we raise goes back to the church and the pastor. So you got 1,500 people going through, you get 1,000 people to graduate, and they averagely give $200, $200,000. Okay? So that means that pastor is going to get a check for $20,000. and the church is getting a check for 15% of whatever that is. Why do I want the pastor to receive it? Because the pastor is the shepherd, he or she. And it's going to be in the contract for the pastor to get that check, because there are a lot of churches who won't let the pastor receive that. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Now, peep game. I'm telling y'all this because that's what I was going to present. This is not me saying, hey, can you? No, this is not a sham. I'm just telling y'all the truth as to why I had to cancel it, because I had to go back and restructure. And that's what I'm going to share with y'all on tonight. You can hear this, that this vision didn't come from my mind. You hear it. Think about how powerful that is. In a day when black people needed the worst, we on the precipice of nobody even having health care because it's going to be too expensive. The only way we're going to afford health care is when we have no health problems. Is everybody with me? Can I keep talking? Yes, to my Islamic brothers and sisters, salute to y'all. Would love to sit down with y'all. I have stood shoulder to shoulder. Minister Sharif here in Atlanta, Muhammad Mosque number 15. We stood with those brothers and those sisters in our communities, Christians and Muslims together, and we marched against violence. I love my brothers, my Muslim brothers and sisters, and they love me. Anybody got a problem with it can step. Now, let me address some things that I just didn't like. The first thing that I want to address is people who were saying that I was being insensitive. Most of y'all did not. And I never told y'all what I'm about to tell you, but I'm about to tell you now. Not one time in this process have I ever tried to take advantage of anybody. I've had people beg me, why don't you charge more for the registration? No. You're not asking for enough. Go up. No. And what bothered me when people said this, and again, the vast majority of y'all not, but still, it was a couple of folk out there. Let me tell you something. When we ask, hey, who out there has been furloughed? Who needs help? When the government was shut down, y'all saw what we did. But what you don't know is you don't know where that $6,000 came from. The $6,000 that we paid to all of our brothers and sisters who were in need came from an account where my book sales are. It didn't come from the journey. Now, I'm not looking for no slap on the back, and I'm not looking for anybody to give me a sticker. But what I'm trying to get y'all to see is I paid that money. And if I had to do it 100 times over, I would. Because at the end of the day, to whom much is given, much is required. That's how my daddy raised me. God first, the people second, son. He taught me that my whole life. I come from 4 generations of pastors. That's all we know. That's all I know. I didn't have a press release telling y'all that. I didn't go and say and let y'all know. We just did it. That's money that came out of my children and out of my house from my books that I wrote by myself. And if I had to do it over again, I would. And the reason why is because the money that came from the GoFundMe, we can't get it until next month. Do you hear what I'm saying? That's why everybody who got payouts, it came from TKL Productions. That's the for-profit. That's where all my books are sold. So I got pissed off, excuse my language, when people acting like I'm insensitive. How the hell I'm insensitive? How am I insensitive when I put my money where my mouth was and didn't even tell y'all that? I never said nothing about that. But I'm bringing it up now because you know, when stuff like that happens, you gonna hear it. Period. Like I said again, if I had to do it over 100,000 times, I would. Bottom line. Now, let me say something else. Dr. Joe, why don't you go up on the registration? I don't want to go up on the registration because $10 is almost a joke. Every time you turn around, you hear about preachers and the church and what they not doing. Preachers, we get the worst name. And I told myself a long time, one thing they never gonna say about me is that I was out here swindling folk. You ain't gonna say that. You can't even go to McDonald's and eat for $10. It's almost a joke. Am I going up? No, I'm not going up. Dr. Joe, why won't you charge? Let me tell you why I won't charge. Listen to me. Whenever you charge for a good or for a service, it is based upon its value according to the market that good and that service is in. There is a reason why a Rolls Royce is more expensive than a Toyota Camry. If I charged for this process, it means that the cost of the process would have to be commensurate with its value in the market. Which means what? If I charged people for what this process is worth, 90% of y'all couldn't afford it. Get pissed with me. I'll say whatever you want to say. I don't care. 90%. What would the cost in the medical world be for individuals who lose 9 to 10% of their body weight in 40 days? Well, in Ozempic's trials, those individuals lost 10% of their body weight after 52 weeks. Ozempic cost about $1,000 to $1,200 a month. So the cost of losing 10% of your body weight per the hottest drug in the world is 12 racks. You gonna pay that? And we getting the same results in 6 weeks? What's the charge when an individual in the conference got up and said, Dr. Joe, I was on 40 prescription medications on day 1 of the process, and I'm on none now. What's the cost of that? How much would a pharmaceutical company charge for a drug that could allow individuals in hypertensive crisis, blood pressure, reduce their systolic and diastolic numbers by 38% in 6 weeks? How much would that cost? If I charge you what the value of this process is, 90% of y'all couldn't afford it. That's the point. I got tired of preaching people's funerals who were dying of heart disease, of stroke. I got tired of seeing that in my own community. So we sitting up here talking about tens of thousands of dollars, and folks are in their feelings off of $200. Oh, well, you should have told us. We didn't know what to expect. I told y'all on the first day that we're going to go through this process, and at the end, I'm going to ask you for a $200 seat. Say I didn't. Well, you have to remind me. Well, I wasn't concerned about the money. I'm sitting up here saying, this is what we're going to do. I don't want anybody to be surprised, but let's get to the brass tacks so we can save people. What the hell you want me to do? I don't want to talk about money every day. I want to talk about y'all. I want to call you gut and butts. I want to show you what you got to stop doing. What else are we talking about? At the end, when it was time to give, you either gave or you didn't. I didn't say nothing to none of y'all. I was upset that I couldn't get what I needed to do what I just told you. That's it. So am I charging? No, I'm not charging. Even if I got to be disappointed again, I'm not going to charge. I'm not going up on what I'm asking. I'm not going up what people are not going to expect it. Well, that's on them. Ain't nobody tripping. I preach to folks Sunday after Sunday after Sunday after Sunday who ain't got nothing. I preach to folks Sunday after Sunday who give. I preach to folks who Sunday after Sunday want to give, but they can't. But let me tell you something about our community. Our people pay for what they want and beg you for what they need. Oh, it's been tough. It's been hard. I get it. I get it. That can't be fought. You'll never hear me fight that. I know when the government shut down. I know. But you know what's strange? Merch sales were up. Book sales were up. Detox sales were up. Strange. I tried to tell y'all this was a State of the Village address. I am not upset. I am not despondent. I'm thankful that what we raised it. I'm thankful. I did what I had to do. When I didn't have nothing to say, I canceled it. I went back, I wrote, I prayed, and I wrote. And when I had what I needed to have, I came back to tell you. Okay? Now that all that's out the way, what's the pivot? There have been 3 different times when vision was given in this particular village and it was successful. 3 different times. First time, when we went from in-person to virtual, excuse the typo. Pre-COVID, that's what that should say. We had 300 people a year. Hear that. In 2019 and before, 300 people came through this process, either the 4-day turn up or the journey, a year. When I was at Antioch Strong, salute to Antioch, we came through the process. After that, it blew up. We went from 300 a year to 10,000 people within 5 years. Okay? That was the first time vision that was cast was successful. Second time was reset. Reset was the vision was cast at the end, actually, it was a year from today. So the group that came through this time last year sowed the seeds and they did great. We had like 90% participation. Plus, they sowed the seeds and we had our first reset class at the top of this year. That was the second time it was successful. Third time it was successful, the BHI, the Black Health Initiative Conference. Smash hit. Everything that I wanted to do, not only did we hit it, but we killed it out the park. The level of excellence and the team that I had and have, and the folks who worked and gave their time and their talent. When you go to black places and they tell you that black folks don't know how to do nothing, like we incompetent, the level of excellence that our Black Health Initiative Conference was second to none. I had speakers saying this is the best conference I've ever been a part of. Folk got paid on time. Checks didn't bounce. Come on, talk to me, somebody. We know what the heaven we doing around here. Didn't have a blip, didn't have a hiccup, no problems, no issues, no nothing. I had folks who were on the AV team talking about how they were blessed from it and they were getting paid to capture it. Yeah, Rashida, they say we as black people can't work together. We put on a world-class event and y'all who weren't there haven't even seen it yet. Just wait till you see it. So every time we pitch vision, it was successful in those three instances. Now, today, I see us having another vision session that tells the village what the next is. I told you what I wanted to do. I told you how we were going to do it. I told you that being that we didn't hit our goal, we can't, and that's fine. I'm not complaining, I'm not moaning, and I'm not groaning. And I love all of y'all who gave, and I love all of y'all who didn't give because you didn't want to, and I love all of y'all who didn't give even though you wanted to. Fine. But what's next? This is what's next. We need strategic organizational partnerships that allow the mission to be fulfilled. What's the mission? To expose the African American community to information, knowledge, community experts, and testing that allows them to be healed and transformed as a collective. This will become all the more valuable in time whereby healthcare is unaffordable. You understand that? I want a place where black folks can get knowledge, be a part of community, be exposed to experts, get tests that are germane to things that plague us in our community, treatments, lifestyle applications and change that they received during the 4-day turn up. So what we are doing now, I thought I wouldn't be doing this by now. But this is more valuable to our community now than ever, because next year, when healthcare becomes totally unaffordable, we're going to need this more than ever. What do I mean by partnerships? People with guap. We need money. I can't take it to the next level asking you for $200, and that's not minimizing what you all gave. That has to be a part of the model that we have. It can't be all of the model that we have, because we'll keep on hitting ceilings that won't let us take off. This is what happens. We are always the butt of all grants. What happens? People see the church. Then they see the influence that the pastor has in the church. People can say whatever they want about the pastor. They can say whatever they want about Christians. They can say whatever they want about the church. You are not going to find more influence in the African American community than the church and the pastors. You won't. It's a fact. So folks see the church, they see pastors, and then they see this pastor who's got a church and has this following of individuals who are in health and wellness. So what do people see? Opportunity. The grant world, they like street people in suits. They go out, these big organizations, they get hundreds of millions of dollars. And then they find people in certain markets who do the work that is consistent with their mission, and they pinch them off 50 grand, 100 grand. Nothing wrong with 50 grand, nothing wrong with 100 grand. But if I'm doing the work, I need the 100 million. Y'all not talking to me. I need to be able to go to everybody that's working with me now and say, quit your job. Come on, quit tomorrow. The folk who become leaders in this particular village need to be individuals who are graduating in certain positions that is funded. We need to have grants that can pay for the expansion in the churches. Now, what have we done heretofore? What I have done all this year, I hired a consultant to help us. The consultant was to help us find individuals who could pursue granting dollars for us. I interviewed with a whole lot of folk, and you know what? None of them were right. When I say none of them were right, they were all competent people. They were all talented people. They were all educated people. But you know why they weren't right? You know why? Because they didn't come from the village. God spoke to me. He said, you don't need to look outside. God said, everybody you need is right there in the village. The folk I was interviewing with, they were like, well, we can get you in front of, the Church of God in Christ. We can get you. I don't need to be in front of the Church of God in Christ. I can't handle the folk we got now. No. Those 70 elders that helped Moses, they didn't come from outside Israel. Do I have some Bible readers? They came from inside. And the Bible says they had the spirit of Moses. The folk we need are right here. I'm looking at you right now. Don't even know you. God taught me that. God showed me that. He slapped me. I said, that's it. So this is what I have been writing the last few days when I canceled the first one. So what are we going to look for? Grants. We're going to look for administrative grants, partnerships. Those are corporations whose mission statements are in alignment with what it is that we're doing. What else? Relationships with and partnerships with national testing centers, Quest, all these different types of places. And what do I want to see? One, I want a person who enters the 40-day turn up to have their health assessed, 2, I want to see the person get immediate care medically. 3, and that person goes through the process to improve their health holistically. I want to create a village whereby, hold on, the camera went out. Can y'all see me? That's all right. Hold on. Camera went out. Can everybody see me? I went out. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Now, are y'all hold on? Because I want to bring something else back up, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. Let me see. Y'all hold tight. I was cooking too. All right, I'm going to try to get it back up. Yeah. All right, tell you what. I can't bring it back on the screen. Something's wrong with that camera. That's cool. I'll just keep, I can see my notes. But y'all, we're going to get through this. So what I'm saying is this. This is the vision. I see us being to the point to where folks come into the 4-day turn up. They get tested. Every chronic disease, their kidneys, comorbidities, they get immediate care. While they're receiving care medically, lifestyle is being addressed holistically. You understand what I'm saying? All my life, I thought that doctors would be against what I'm doing. But God is showing me that it's so many physicians who want to work with me, but it has to be in an organized way. It can't be us saying, let's look for this grant. No, we're not going to penny ante grants. We're going to come up with a strategy, a comprehensive strategy from head to toe. And every person who's going to work on said strategy is going to come from within us. My God. Now, how will I do this? How will we do this? I will form a strategic leadership team. The team will be only those who are leaders of the process, or they are graduates who are in alignment with this type of work. The team will be individuals who are in this line of work, and they will be tasked to help us formulate a comprehensive strategy from start to finish. We will be the trailblazers because we are offering real lifestyle instructions while helping people naturally and medically tandem to reduce chronic disease. It will be the first effort of its kind in the history of this country. How will I find them? Listen. Five months ago in July, let me tell you how God works. This year at our church, we have a theme called Royal Priesthood. Jesus is the royal priest. So the royal priesthood was basically our way of coming together and sharing with our people the importance of being like the royal priest, serving our brothers and sisters, loving one another, being more like Christ, which are things that all Christians should be doing in the first place. But one of the things that we did is we paired and we tested individuals who were in our church, and we wanted to see where they were spiritually in terms of their spiritual gifts assessment. The test that we use is the best test that I've ever seen. It's cutting edge. It's the best spiritual gifts test that we had. And we built it from within our own church. We had our congregation paired with different organizations in the community. And we culminated an event on the day before Halloween, where we had individuals from 5 different organizations. They were homeless. We bussed them into our church. We fed them. We gave them gift bags. We gave every organization money, $2,500, and didn't raise an offering. You understand? That same spiritual gift test, stay with me. I went to my digital pastor, sat him down, told him what I wanted. He tweaked the test, and every single person who was on the blueprint, who was on the Black Health Initiative conference team, was selected by this same test. So we took the gift that God put in people and formulated a task force. So I said, if it worked for the conference, it's going to work for this. So we have crafted, talk, Dr. Joe, a test that will specifically look for individuals who are in multiple different areas of this umbrella that I'm discussing with you. The test has been formed. And today at 7 o'clock in the leadership group of the 40-day turn up, and at 7 o'clock in the reset group, we're going to push that link out to all of you leaders who want to participate. You don't want to, you don't want to. If leaders, there are individuals within your respective groups on the 40-day turn up side or the reset side who are in this field of work and they are interested to take the test as well, please, leader, coach, and or champion, share the link with them. When this group comes together, we're going to have a meeting. And we're going to, in an organized way, give instructions that allow these different groups to come together. And we're going to formulate what is going to be the roadmap for us to accomplish this vision. What is going to be the roadmap that's going to give us what we need to do? I don't want a team of individuals just looking for grants. No, that's not organized enough. It has to be strategic. Grants, administrative grants, federal grants, partnerships, public donations, private donations, anything that can put us in the next level. And guess what? We are going to be successful. Now, many of you have said, Dr. Joe, what can I do? What do you need of me? Gang, the giving link for GoFundMe is over. But let me tell you what we need. We need help to close the gap of what it is that we spent on the conference and weren't able to make in our ticket sales. Let me share this with you. Now, those of you all who are virtual attendees, you're going to see an explanation of this, but I've got everything right here and I want to share it with you. You'll see it on the screen. I can't bring it up on the particular video, but I'm going to give you an exact amount because I want y'all to understand this. Give me your attention, please. Hear me out. The blueprint for I keep calling it, The Black Health Initiative total budget, it cost us $69,363.75. We raised about 51 some odd $1,000 in ticket sales. So there was about a $20,000 deficit. Now, the $20,000 deficit, the reason why I'm trying to close it is if we close the deficit, we'll be able to have the conference again next year. And we won't have to go into the coffers of the foundation to make up the difference. All I want to do is to raise enough money to where we break even. That's it. And to have taken that six-figure loss, like I explained to y'all, and to have to go into the coffers in order to do that is something I was trying to avoid. Now, let me tell you what the people in the conference did. Now, this is the giving link. It's live. I put this up in the conference. Look, when I went over the budget in the conference, I told the people exactly what I told you. The only difference was I was able to pull the budget on the screen. I blacked out like how much the conference hosts were getting paid because we didn't want to put their information out there. Plus, that's nobody's business. And people gave, look at this, $7,800. We are $12,200 away from hitting the goal to where we break even in the Black Health Initiative conference. We can do it again next year, and we don't have to go into the savings. Now, for those of y'all who want to do something, you know what we ask? We ask for a $20 donation or a $10 donation. Tell me if that's not what I said. I said, if you can give us a $20 seed, we'll get there quicker. If you can't give us a $20 seed, give us a $10 seed. We got almost 2,000 people who were a part of the conference. So that's where that comes from. Now, when you scan this particular document, it goes to this page and you'll see the live feeds. You'll see it. This is what I need of y'all. If y'all have given, thank you. I'm not asking for you to do anything else. But if you want to know what I need, this is what I need. This is what we need. Now, this is the beauty. The beauty is this. I got two more things and I'm done. Next year, the sponsors are going to make the difference. And the reason why the sponsors are going to make the difference is because we didn't have any sponsors this year because we started so late. So next year, I'm not going up on the conference prices. What were the prices of the conference? $15, $20, and $25. I'm not going up on that. I want the difference next year to come from sponsors because I want to be early. Okay? So for those of y'all who are watching this, that's what I need of y'all. That's a solid, I'm looking you dead in your eye saying, that's how y'all can help. When we get our teams situated, the strategy, everything that I've shared with y'all, a lot of these things won't even be needed, but we don't have anything else but people who believe in the vision. That's it. Now, I got something else I want to say. I want to talk about the journey. Okay? The journey is not the 40-day turn up part 2. The journey is more spiritual. The journey is going to take individuals to places that you may not want to go. The journey is a process that adheres to the same nutritional profile, the exercise, and the lifestyle things learned in the 40-day turn up, but it is coupled with weekly assignments. The journey is no more difficult than the 40-day turn up. The journey, you'll be in a group. You will have a different leader for those of you who are in it. The journey, when you finish and you are a man, you become a legend. When you are a female, you become a butterfly. When you become a legend and or a butterfly, that's when, and that's how we receive and get our next tranche of leaders. The journey is done once per year. Okay? And the session is going to be in July. In the 40-day turn up, we have master classes. In the journey, we have growth sessions. The 40-day turn up is the child of the journey. We started the journey first. The 40-day turn up came out of the journey because when the American Heart Association started working with me, salute to Danelda Smith and Alfonso for your gifts. Salute to y'all. When they started working with me, they wanted something without the spiritual tones. They just wanted the nutrition. That's where the 40-day turn up came from. Now, the next question is, Dr. Joe, who is going to be able to go through the journey? Graduates of the 40-day turn up. Whether you gave or whether you didn't, you will have the opportunity to go through the journey. Every person will have to register, and you will pay your $10. If you got a problem with that, don't even think it again in your head. Now, a lot of you are thinking, I would have this on the screen game, but the camera went out. Nothing I can do. A lot of you are saying, well, that's a long time. It's November. We don't start until July. Well, we have what's called the 40-day turn up elite. The 40-day turn up elite starts during holiday support. At the top of the year in January, there will be structured discussions and inspiration. Salute to Lisa Clark Barnes for your donation. Every week, salute to Muriel. Every week during January, we'll have specialized classes. Salute to Carletta. When February comes, if you're in the 40-day turn up elite, you're going to get access to all the pre-work of the next group. When the next group starts, if you're in the 40-day turn up elite, you're going to get access to all the master classes. And then at the end of April, when everybody graduates from the 40-day turn up and reset who goes on to the journey, y'all are going to go through the journey with them in one large class. Is everybody with me? Do you follow me? Are we together? Salute to Charmaine. Y'all let me know if you're still with me. Let me know, because I got 2 more things and I'm done. Okay, now, so for clarity, if you've come through the 40-day turn up, you will have the opportunity to go on to the journey. It's a $10 registration fee. You will automatically be a part of the 40-day turn up elite, which will be the Facebook community in the 40-day turn up. Salute to all the individuals with your donations. Thank you all. You won't be a part of a new group. You'll have access to the groups as we go through the new 40-day turn up. You'll have access to all the pre-work. You have access to all the master classes. Now, this is the key. The key is this. When you start the journey, you have to be at your graduation 40-day turn up weight. Salute to LaShawn. Salute to Francis Williams. Salute to LaDonna Arnold. Thank you all. Did y'all hear that? Oh, Dr. Joe, you mean I got to keep the weight? Yep. Because guess what? The best thing that y'all could have right now is somebody who's going to force you to keep the weight off. Tell me if I'm lying. Salute to Darlene. Now, I got one more thing and I'm done. Are we clear on that? My administrator's going to, now, for all of y'all in Reset who want to go through the journey, you will be able to go through the journey if you have not done so. Y'all hold on now. Hold on, because I got something else that I got to get you. Hold on. I want to show you something. There we go. Dr. Joe, yes. Salute to Andrea. Salute to Ayana. Salute to Christine Hawkins. Thank you all for your gift. And watch this. I'm going to say this and I'm done. Salute to Sean Kendrick. Thank you all for your kind donations, helping us close the gap. All right, now, do y'all remember a couple of, at the beginning of the conversation, when I told you of what we were going to do with the satellite campuses? We can't do that. I know we don't have the funds to do it, but watch what we are going to do. Watch this. Watch this. I'm going to come back to sharing the screen. And watch this. Here's the pivot. This is called 40 Days in One Day. This is going to be a national tour that will start next year. All of those markets that I told you all, the North, the West Coast, the Midwest. Who just sent in a donation? Salute to Freddie. Salute to Sonia. Salute to Kimberly. We almost at 9,000. Now, what 40 Day in One Day is an opportunity to take the Black Health Initiative Conference and make it a one-day affair where yours truly is going to come to various churches throughout the country. There'll be 4 to 6 different subject matters that the church will be able to pick from. I will present the information. We'll have a question and answer. We're going to go through all of the things very, very similar to the conference. These churches are going to be, we're going to create a roster and a list of churches who are participatory in this, who will be our future partners for future potentials for them to feed in with us once we get to the point where we'll be able to do that. And the churches that I'm going to come to are going to be the churches from the individuals who are in our village. Salute to Jeanette. Kimberly, thank you for your gift. Freddie, thank you for your gift. Now, the church will be responsible for getting me there. We'll work with your team to get things set up. I don't have a fee. Whatever the honorarium that the church wants me to have is what I will accept. Some churches may want to do it during the week. Others may want to do it on the weekend. We're going to get this document uploaded to our website, and it'll be a way from individuals who may be interested in their churches having something like this to make applications, and it'll come to us. So, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all for all that you've done. The donations are still coming in. Mary Graham, salute. Natasha King, salute. Salute. Janet. Salute. Sharisa. Thank you all for your kind donations. Thank you, Reginald. Next year, it is my prayer that I don't have to ask y'all for the difference. And by helping us close this gap, this is going to put us in a position to where hopefully when we close it, because we ask individuals who are on the virtual option the same thing, hopefully when we get that, it will be no problem. Gang, I hope you all have enjoyed our time together. Thank you all so much for your ears, for your spirit. Thank you for all that you've done. I'm so happy that because I feel in my heart that y'all are just as excited as I am. Let's review a couple things. 1, graduation's on Monday. 2, next week, my administrator is going to let you all know about your invitations to the 40-day Turn Up participants. 3, journey invitations will be made available based upon what I just told you. Okay. All right. 4, if there are individuals who are in the reset who desire to come through the journey and you have not gone through, you will be permitted. However, if you've gone through, we're going to push y'all towards leadership. You may not be a coach or a champion, but you may be an individual who's in some capacity of leadership. Leaders are only individuals who complete the process and who sow seeds in our village. And that's not up for debate. I don't care what anybody thinks about that. I don't care what anybody thinks about that. Every last one of your coaches gave to this process. Every last one of your champions gave and sowed seeds into this process. Okay, now for those of you who are asking about submitting your church home and name, once we get the link up on the website, I'm going to come back to y'all and let you know. Okay? Does that make sense? Are all hearts and minds clear? Salute to Dr. Young. Are we all on the same page? Are you excited about this vision casting session? Salute to Etta Miller. Y'all have helped to raise almost $1,500 tonight. Just in one night. Thank you all. Let's see, all hearts and minds and clear in the 40-day turn-up group. Okay, good. Excellent, 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 excellent. This week, I'm going to drop through on you all, check on you, see how everybody's doing. But my focus now is going to be on Monday for our graduation. I'm so excited. Salute to Bonnie. Thank you, Ricky, Renee. Thank you all. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ensure, and you all keep in mind, all of these donations that you're making is going to the Journey Life Foundation, so they are tax deductible. You'll be able to use that against your taxes for 2025. Keep that in mind. Please keep that in mind. These are donations. This particular link is connected to the same nonprofit that we do all of what we do under the 501c3. So keep all of that in mind. All right, Joyce. And I'm ready for it. All right, gang. Thank you all for your time. Thank each of you for your gifts and what you've done. I couldn't be more happy. We almost halfway home. And my thoughts are, by the time that our virtual attendees get this and have this opportunity, it's my prayer that we'll be able to hit our $20,000 mark and be successful. So I'm very grateful and I'm very thankful for each of you on this evening. I had a wonderful time talking with you, but gang, it's almost like we're just scratching the surface of where we need to go. Thank you for all of you all who have submitted gifts. Thank you all who are praying. Thank you all who have been supportive. I can't wait to see what the next is. Tonight at 7 in the leadership groups, we're going to start the testing. And again, to all of my coaches and to all of my champions, if you've got individuals who are in your group, who you know are a part of this, and they are in alignment with what we're trying to do in our strategic strategy, group placement, team building, by all means, send them that link. Once we get everybody tested, at the end of the test, I'm going to go back over and I'm going to see the group, and then we're going to take the next steps just as we did for the Black Health Initiative. Keep in mind, all Black Health Initiative registrants, if you're a virtual registrant or in-person registrant, we're going to give you an update message on tomorrow, along with support for those of you all who will need it. All of the information is going to be left there. Okay, gang? Thank you all for what you've done. Have an amazing evening. Love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Salute.